Well, we're honoring Hispanic Heritage Month, and among the small businesses in our region, some incredible food that you can find popping up right here in the Roanoke Valley. And one local business owner is doing his part by bringing Puerto Rican cuisine to the Blue Ridge. We take a look inside the truck at Empanada Nirvana.
Oh, I love introducing people to my food.
Nelson Pantoja grew up in New York, born in the Bronx, but life brought him all the way down here to Southwest Virginia. He's a heavy machine operator by trade, but food has always been a passion.
Everybody would come to me at cookouts. I would be the one cooking, regardless if it was my house or not. And every time, we went out, everybody would just love our food and would tell me, hey, you need to do it. It's been a passion and a hobby of mine since I was young. So one day I decided, hey, you know what? Let's jump out the window and let's see if we can bring something that Roanoke doesn't have to the area.
Now, the Blue Ridge Mountains has a huge variety of different cultures and cuisines on display, but Puerto Rican food is what the Pantoja family does best.
I am Puerto Rican, and my father's Puerto Rican, so I grew up eating Puerto Rican food. Empanadas, Spanish rice and beans, alcaporria, papa relleno, so I grew up eating this food, and it was something that I always loved cooking.
But it's not just a taste of Puerto Rico that you'll find at Empanada Nirvana. It's also a little taste of New York.
Going down to the bodegas and the corner stores, this is what you saw. This is what was around me in my household. My dad, this is what you saw. My grandmother, I used her recipes and her mom's recipes, so my great-grandmother, so yeah, being from New York and, being Puerto Rican and growing up around that culture, that's what inspired me to do exactly what I'm doing now.
Ask any restaurant owner. They'll tell you it's not easy having to find and purchase your inventory, prep your food, serve your customers. It's a 24/7 job.
It gets rough. So sometimes what we do is I have to travel north of the Mason-Dixon. I have to go to Pennsylvania, Jersey, New York, and then haul everything back that we use because there's certain ingredients you can find them here, but it's not the same. So I do have to travel, and I take a trip out of town twice a month myself, like the empanada dough that I use, I can't get local. So all my dough that's made with these empanadas, I have to go up to Jersey just to get. So we can make our empanadas here to be as flaky, crispy, and, as good as they are here.
The Empanada Nirvana food truck has been operational for more than 2 years now. And though there's been some ups and downs, Nelson continues to give the business everything he's got.
It was a work in progress when I first opened up, but I just never let it get me down. There's a lot of nights where you sit back and you contemplate and second guess what you're actually doing, but you just got to keep pushing, and obviously the higher the risk, the better the reward. So.
Right now, fans of the food have to follow along on Empanada Nirvana's social media pages to find out where the truck's going to be on any given day. But Nelson has a goal of planting some roots in the valley to make finding his food that much easier. He says he'd like to open up a brick and mortar location, and it might be here sooner than you think. In Roanoke, Brandon Van Sickle, WFXR News.